Assalamualaikum, hello, welcome back with Mr. Hamim. Today, in this video, we will learn PLBJ again. But for today, in this video, we will learn three things. The first, we will learn Rumah Adat Betawi or Betawi Traditional House. The second is the monuments in Jakarta. And then, the one of history or the history of one of monument in Jakarta. Okay, are you ready? Okay, now let's start with the first topic, that is Rumah Adat Betawi or Betawi Traditional House. Do you know the name of Betawi Traditional House? Have you ever seen? Or maybe you have ever known? What do you think? Okay, Betawi Traditional House has two kinds. The first, we call it Rumah Darat. And the second one, we call it Rumah Panggung. Rumah Darat in Betawi culture is commonly called Rumah Kebaya. Why we call it Rumah Kebaya? You know that? Okay, I will tell you. We call it Rumah Kebaya because it's look like the roof is look like kebaya if you like it for the side. Then that's why this house is called Rumah Kebaya. And then what is the typical, the unique thing of the Rumah Kebaya? This Rumah Kebaya mostly has a very large terrace. The very large terrace also has a function, my friend. The function of this terrace is to greet guests and also as a living room to interact with other family members. So that's why this Betawi house needs a terrace that is large and larger than any type of house. And then the second one, the type of Rumah Adat Betawi or Betawi's traditional house is Rumah Panggung. You know that? As its name, Rumah Panggung is called Rumah Panggung because it has like a stage. So the structure of the floor of this house doesn't touch the ground. So it's called a Rumah Panggung. And then also the unique thing of Rumah Panggung Betawi is it uses a pillar from wood. Yes, the pillar wood that was still used in Rumah Panggung Betawi. And then also there is a stair in front of the house called Balak Suci. What does it mean, Balak Suci? Balak Suci means like a prayer, like a expectation or a hope that can take away every bad things. That's what we call it, Balak Suci. Okay, so there are two kinds of Rumah Adat Betawi or Betawi Traditional House. Okay, now let's move to the second topic. In this topic, we will talk about the monument in Jakarta. We have known that in Jakarta there are so many monuments or statues, but for this time I will only talk about four big monuments in Jakarta. The first, that is National Monument, or we call it Monas. And then Dirgantara Monument, or we call it Patung Pancoran. The third one is Selamat Datang Monument, or we call it Bundaran HI. And then the last one is Pembebasan Irian Barat Monument that was located in Lapangan Banteng. Okay, I will tell you about what is history of one of Indonesia's biggest monument. What is that? Yes, that is National Monument, or we call it Monas. Have you ever visited Monas before? I believe you have ever go there, right? It's one of the feature of Indonesia. Okay, now let's talk about the history of National Monument. The National Monument, or Monas, is symbolized as the symbol of the fight for Indonesia. It is the national monument of the Republic of Indonesia that was built to commemorate the struggle for Indonesian independence. So, the construction began in 1961 under the direction of President Sukarno. Monas was opened to the public in 1975. It is topped by a flame cover with a gold foil. Then, after Indonesian government returned to Jakarta from Yogyakarta in 1950, President Sukarno began to contemplate the construction of a national monument comparable with the Eiffel Tower on the square in front of the presidential palace. So I think that's all for today, and then we will see you again in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and see you. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.